Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
That's what so money got save his players for next year because he don't care this year. He on 2K, so still in 2K player.
To throw his press.
Yeah.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a give up the middle to Williams. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Oh, yeah, on YouTube. Let's see something.
Here's Cooper on 1st and 10.
Profile yet?
I don't know. I was YouTube and it was up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two
Pick.
eyes on the football when you know
What's
the
wrong with that
contact's
boy?
coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 2nd and 10, Cooper. And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it.
The only one for that tight end.
The defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact
Those
coming.
man,
And
I'll
try to
give you
cover up
receiver,
the
man.
ball,
Give you
and
next
they
year,
still
1st and 2nd.
find ways to knock it free.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the
Oh,
ball carrier
shit.
before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott steps away to his left. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
What the fuck on, JC? Man, damn.
Oh,
52
that's
yards.
bad.
Now Prescott. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Damn.
2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Operating from the gun. Cooper toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks.
Hey, y'all know he probably hooked like he's fucking like 11 games. Murphy, probably 8 or 9.
We started at like
now with the short passing game,
Nah,
you
yeah,
should be above
about 5 hours a
60%
hoop.
just to be in the average range.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Cooper now on first down. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cooper airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, forget that. I got this.
Can you change your core badges anytime you want? Which core pattern you use?
But this time it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the
or is it permanent?
But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
You what? Yeah, you can change anytime you want to.
Okay, cool. Because I think I might actually do double shooting and just not core
Play
playing.
of the drive coming up, and
Yeah,
certainly
you
not
could.
an
You
easy
can
one
change
on
anything.
3rd and long.
Let me see.
I think you actually make different classes.
Back to
Not
throw
yet,
again.
but so I'll have it later today.
Incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
You heard me, John? I think you can actually make like different classes.
But it's looking like another
Oh,
empty
for real?
possession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Empty possessions.
So yeah, I can still get handles for days.
The adjustments that
Don't
teams talk about
pull
all the time
nothing.
have to be taking place. They've
Oh,
got to
yeah.
analyze what's breaking down.
Damn, Dad, I feel bad for you, man.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time
could
for
be
maybe
dead,
one
I'd
final
go,
play
too.
before halftime. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll begin inside their own 10.
Gotta let
so
Pat go,
field
man.
position certainly not in their favor here. Prescott on first down. He'll fire
I don't know
this
if
deep
limitless is
for
worth it,
Ayuk.
dog. I swear I don't make that shit
And
enough.
Prescott, his 3rd interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Shit.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter
Somebody
number
scream.
3.
Go for it. YouTube.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell.
Oh my God.
And he takes
He
this
worked
back
that
into
thing.
the end zone. The Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT.
He said he's on them.
I love it.
And it is now 21.
Love it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cooper. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Cooper, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled.
Well, I think y'all about to have a new coach this offseason.
This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts.
Think so?
And they're still.
Yeah, I didn't know he called them out after the game, saying they was immature. And it's like, if they are immature, you've been the coach for multiple seasons now, so they're not listening to your leadership. So, I mean, they probably gonna do a coaching thing.
It's just I don't see, only because they've been second in the West twice.
Teams don't be caring about that. Will they fired who we just had after being coach of the year, the Pistons. What's the black dude? He got fired after being coach of the year and winning and they won a championship the next year. He got fired because he lost to Brown, to be real.
Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
He not. I don't think he should get fired. I thought he was pretty good.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Grizzlies.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Who even available, or who going to become available? Did what's her name sign? Did Nick Nurse sign with somebody yet? Because if he didn't, I can see y'all getting Nick Nurse.
One play to get into the end zone, and now
he did.
Duplicate that success here.
No, he signed with the Rockets.
Incredible when they do, and you saw the celebration.
He didn't want to come here.
Joy after that one.
I don't think anybody did. That's why he got a job.
Prescott looks to throw on first. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Chris.
Oh, my God.
Good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers.
Was that the guy talking to his kid or Ghost?
After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cooper. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Touchdown Raiders! Marquez Valdez-Scantling with career touchdown number 70. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He's got room past the 30. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Cooper will look to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Here's Cooper. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Cooper looks to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Raiders are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, You and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
Kill! 47! Hey, 47!
Here's Prescott. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cooper. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this one and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough.
And my goodness, another interception. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Cooper throwing on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cooper. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action here on 1st down. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Prescott here to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott on the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott now.
Right here, Bob.
Able to find Walter. That's complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
I'm just saying they over there. But they kind of like behind us type shit. Awesome.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back pop.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
Not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory. So for Las Vegas, it's a 10th win of the year.
They on the fucking roof, man. God